Kung Fu Strike is a game that isn't quite sure what it wants to be. For starters, you have a very arcade-style beat-em-up game, with elements nearly identical to Avatar: The Last Airbender. Then you have some traditional arcade fighting thrown in every now and again, with levels that are very reminiscent of older Mortal Kombat games. Then finally, to top it all off, you have a set of RPG elements. These elements are pretty basic, but allow you to level up various abilities and stat points to improve your character. All of these things thrown together creates a jack-of-all-trades game that, at times, is incredibly fun. Unfortunately, it can also be very frustrating as well. For the pros, first we have art style. As the name suggests, Kung Fu Strike is a game based around using different types of martial arts to defeat opponents. This lands you smack dab in the middle of Asiatic art, architecture, and culture. Kung Fu Strike captures the essence of ancient China quite brilliantly. It uses a very cartoony style of cel shading which complements the many temples, falling cherry blossoms, and clothing styles perfectly. The attention to detail really surprised me. I kept thinking to myself, wow, this arcade game looks as good as a brand new big budget production title. Second, we have the pick up and play aspect of the game. I lead a busy life, as I'm sure many of you do. Sure, we all love to have our 1 or 2 games that we'll play for hours upon hours, but we also need our games that we can play for 5 or 10 minutes at a time. This is a game that handles that quite well. I played through most of the game in 15 to 20 minute sessions. I would just start it up, load a level, beat it, and then quit. For the cons, first we have story. The story lacks any real depth whatsoever. I honestly can't tell you the main character's name without looking it up. It also never really made clear why you're on this adventure. You initially start out looking for someone, but after quite a few boss battles, I found myself wondering if I ever found him. The dialogue is delivered exclusively through text, and it's very easy to accidentally skip all of it. You may respond that, well, most fighting games don't have much of a story anyway. This one, though, seems to be trying to have one. Sadly, they just couldn't deliver it properly. Second, we have simplicity. The game gives you about a dozen different moves to learn overall, but performing all of them by pressing only 1 or 2 buttons. You may have unlocked the Dragon Fist of Doom, but it uses the same 2 buttons as the Dragon Kick of Doom. The game just decides which one to use based on what enemy you're fighting. Want to perform that really cool combo attack? You can press all of the buttons, or just hold X. The game will sort it all out for you. All of the enemies are beaten the same way as well. Hold X until they start blocking your attack, then hold A until they're staggered, then press A and X at the same time to deliver a dragon kick or punch of death. Wash, rinse, and repeat until all enemies lie defeated. Finally, we have the difficulty curve. It feels like the developers tried to make up for the fact that the game is simple by making it brutally hard. Sure, the first few levels are all fine and dandy, but get to around level 8 and the enemy strength shoots way up. Then after that, every 4th level brings another difficulty spike to all of the enemies. I actually had to set the game on easy just to feel like I could enjoy myself because I was having to work so hard to win. Keep in mind though that this point could be incredibly subjective. I'm not the best at fighting games. In conclusion, Kung Fu Strike is not a bad game, but it's not really a good one either. Like I said, it's a jack of all trades, master of one, and that style isn't a good thing because it certainly has a few selling points that I enjoy, but it also has quite a few major pitfalls as well. I personally don't find it good enough to buy, but that said, it isn't bad enough to warn against buying it. This is one that you either want to pick up on sale or try yourself before you buy. Until my next review, I've been the Gaming Psychologist. Bye-bye now.